Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If y'all new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Now, it's the start of a new week, it is Monday, and it's time to play some Friesland. Now, this is a Tier 7 Netherlands destroyer for, of course, the Netherlands. And yeah, it's awesome, and it's actually the first Netherlands destroyer in the game, so look forward to it now. Right off the bat, we're immediately in the action, and we're absolutely going to town. Now, the Friesland, of course, the specialty of this ship is those 120mm guns that reload every, wait for it, 1.8 seconds. It is absolutely disgusting. Now, however, the ship still does get screwed over. You got to be careful with it. You got to be choosing engagements very wisely. If you get yourself into a situation, it is very hard to disengage. Keep that in mind. Now, just look at the amount of firepower, and keep in mind, guys, that my commander is only, at the time of recording this, level 7. He's not even legendary. So, yeah, because I've been spending all my promotion orders on other commanders and stuff, so I have been broke on the commander stuff, so keep that in mind. Now, right off the bat, we're shooting at the Iowa, we're trying to get fires on them, etc. The Daka things, and as you guys may know, I love my Daka ships. I love my gunboats, and yeah. Now, we are joined by a division mate. We have the unusual Narwhal, and he would be in my clan, and yeah, so we're just having some fun here, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna play the Friesland, try to get a good match for you guys, and I managed to pull this one off. Now, the Friesland is, well, it's a tricky boat to play. Going back to how I said, you got to choose your engagements wisely, and you got to be careful what kind of situations you're getting yourself into, because on my build anyway, I have a 6.3 kilometer surface detectability, and you got to be very careful, because once you get yourself into a situation, you better be damn sure you're going to get out of it alive, because this thing does not have very good stealth on my build anyway yet to quickly disengage from a battle. You got to be very careful when you're playing the ship, because I get into a lot of situations where I get absolutely surrounded. Now, and also remember, Friesland does not have torpedoes, so any of you guys who want a destroyer that has torpedoes, Friesland does not. It's just a pure gunboat. If you guys love gunboats, the Friesland's going to be pretty fun. So, yeah, what else is there to talk about with the Friesland? Well, it has basically almost American-esque smoke. It's got about a 2-minute smoke. It's still pretty good. It's got really good deployment time as well. It goes about 20 seconds out, just like Americans. It also has, I think, 4 kilometers sonar, not bad at all, and it has engine boosts. Now, keep in mind the Friesland is a little bit low in the speed, so keep that in mind. It's not the fastest destroyer in the world, but it still can get up to speed, and of course, it still can be pretty quick. But yeah, keep that in mind. Now, the Friesland was actually a Cold War era destroyer. It was made in the 50s, or commissioned in the 50s, and it was served throughout, I think, the 60s and 70s, and even, I think, into the 80s. And I think it got decommissioned eventually. But don't count me on that. I don't know the exact history behind the ship, but I know it actually was a real ship, and it was served in real life during the Cold War, I believe. So, yeah, pretty cool. But it's not a bad destroyer in any stretch of the imagination. And if you guys love gunboats, pick this ship up. If you guys love German torp boats and you guys like sonar combos, pick up probably the Loyang. The Loyang isn't that bad. It's not the worst destroyer in the world, but it probably isn't the strongest in the gunboat category. But there's probably some more variety in the Loyang, so keep that in mind. But I managed to pick up the Friesland because I love my Daka ships, and Friesland is just the king of Daka. It used to be Akizuki, but, I mean, Akizuki is still a rival to the ship, and it will give it a run for its money. But, however, I still think the Friesland, if played correctly and played well, it would out-damage an Akizuki pretty much almost always. Now, we're at 64,000 damage just with our guns. And keep in mind, it actually is a pretty high fire chance at 8%. That may not sound very high, it's not, but for a destroyer, that's pretty significant. And keep in mind, the average destroyer fire chance is about 5%. So the 3% fire chance is pretty significant. And fires do definitely help with the damage output in the Friesland. So keep that in mind. Now, we've got about 11.2 kilometer range as well, and we can shoot out pretty far, but however, we did take a torp, and we have no HP. So we are left with no choice but to smoke up and begin the Deca process. However, here very shortly, this German battleship here, the Bismarck, is going to blind fire and kill me, so that's a little bit of a spoiler alert. But yeah, this is ultimately a pretty fast match, and if you guys like quick matches like this is perfect. It's not going to waste too much of your guys' time. It's a good quick Monday video for you guys, a quick look in the Friesland, and there's probably going to be plenty more videos in this ship. I'm really liking it so far. It's not a bad destroyer, but it's still actually trickier than I thought it would be, and it still does take quite a bit of skill to play, so keep that in mind. It's not a noob-friendly ship, so yeah. So right off the bat, we get a fire on him, and he does put it out, and he actually does blind fire me and get me. So good job by that Bismarck. Very good job indeed. GG to him, and GG to the team. Y'all did fantastic, and the enemy, unfortunately, did lose this one. And yeah, so here's Narwhal and his USS Fletcher, and the match is coming to an end. And yeah, so not much the enemy can do about it, and that was a pretty fun match for us. 86,000 damage just with our guns, which is pretty remarkable. You don't need torpedoes in this ship. The guns are just perfectly fine on their own. So, I'm not going to keep this match going any longer. I am probably going to fast forward into the end of the video here in a very short second, so keep that in mind. Now, yeah, so here we go. We're going to fast forward to the end of the video here. Here you guys go. Alrighty, so, yeah. Fletcher, Narwhal, it's just an Atlanta left. He doesn't have much HP. He's firing his guns, trying to take him out, and eventually that Atlanta is going to go down, and it's going to give us the win. Any second now. And that down goes the Atlanta. Narwhal does manage to take him out. Good job, Narwhal. And I was first on the leaderboard, he was second, so we did pretty fantastic along with the team. GG to everybody, fantastic job. If y'all did enjoy this one, punch the like button, subscribe, comment down below, keep the comments positive, and as always, enjoy the rest of your week. Peace out, stay healthy, as always.